Boxing's UK Blockbuster fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua is almost confirmed, as promoter Frank Warren has admitted that the deal for the fight to go ahead is 90% complete.
The basic terms of it have been agreed, so I'm just quietly confident that we're going to get this over the line.
Joshua accepted the terms put forward by Fury's team for the fight to happen on December 3rd this year, with the purse being split 60-40 in favour of the Gypsy King.
That's a massive fight, and I think it's a fight that everybody still wants to see.
There had been concerns that the fight was going to be called off due to the silence from Fury's camp, but Warren has suggested that the deal is close to being completed.
I will absolutely annihilate that bodybuilder. It won't go past 6 rounds.
Fury retired after the White fight, but following Joshua's second defeat to Usyk, the Gypsy King offered him the chance to fight and come out of retirement.
The offer was made, the gauntlet was laid down, and Joshua said, I'll take it. You know, this might be my only chance to fight Tyson Fury.
Joshua goes into the fight having lost 3 out of his last 5 fights, with 2 defeats to Ukrainian fighter Aleksandar Usyk, whereas Fury has not fought since beating Dillian Whyte in April at Wembley Stadium.
This fight is much bigger than Usyk against Fury.
The only thing Joshua needs is a good game plan that he can employ to defeat Fury, because it's an arguably more winnable fight than his last 2 against Aleksandar Usyk. With Fury having made his first successful defense of his WBC and ring titles against Wilder, WBC President Mauricio Suleiman ordered Fury to face his mandatory challenger, WBC interim heavyweight champion Dillian Whyte. The fight between Fury and Whyte took place on April 23rd at Wembley Stadium in London, in front of a record-breaking crowd of 94,000 fans.
Highest grossing event of any single day event of any event at Wembley.
Fury punctuated a dominant performance with right uppercut at the end of the 6th round of the bout to send Whyte sprawling to the canvas.
Tyson Fury's proved who he is. Now it's for Anthony Joshua.
On August 20th in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, Joshua faced Usyk in a rematch of their first bout 11 months earlier, with an vacant ring title on the line for the Usyk-Joshua 2 winner, in addition to Usyk's unified world titles.
And that's it, must win. I like the pressure, that's like competition with myself.
With Usyk outboxing Joshua again over the 12-round distance to win, this time via split decision, Joshua succumbed to a second consecutive defeat to bring his professional boxing record to 24-3.
A very, very good performance from Anthony Joshua, but it still wasn't enough to beat Usyk.
In the aftermath of Usyk-Joshua 2, many figured that the winner of the heavyweight title fight, Aleksandar Usyk, would clash with Tyson Fury next for an undisputed fight. However, the Gypsy King has instead offered the fight to Joshua next.
I want this fight to happen. He doesn't have any excuses now not to take it.
Anthony Joshua has surprisingly agreed to all terms given by Tyson Fury to challenge him for his WBC title on December 3rd at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff.
It doesn't matter how many defeats Anthony Joshua has had. Joshua against Fury is still an absolutely mega fight.
Joshua has decided to risk everything by agreeing to fight Fury next, and he could be sorry for that decision.
It's a bonus for boxing fans, but also a gift for Anthony Joshua to get himself back up to the top.
Besides the December 3rd date, Joshua has also agreed to 60-40 split and the 50-50 split for the rematch clause, should AJ defeat Fury. The biggest question is whether Joshua's back-to-back defeats against Usyk have degraded his self-confidence.
It's not what we expected, coming off the Usyk defeat, but this is the fight that AJ's wanted for so long, and he wasn't prepared to wait any longer.
If not, This is a fight that is worth taking. Joshua probably doesn't need additional time with his new trainer Robert Garcia because he's about as good as he's going to get under his watch.
If we're going through this Fury fight, I will push Anthony a little bit harder.
For Joshua to beat Fury, he possesses enough boxing skills to get the job done by what he showed in his recent fight against Usyk.
I think he did much better than he did the first time.
If Joshua stays on the outside and uses his powerful jab, he's got a heck of a chance of beating Fury because the Gypsy King doesn't possess the same strong jab and his hand speed isn't as good.
Joshua looking very sharp.
Fury's game is a mauling style that involves him holding, leaning, grabbing and throwing a lot of clubbing shots at close range. It would be a mistake for Joshua to attempt to fight Fury on the inside because it would wear him out.
Styles make fights, and I think that Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua is a lot closer fight than a lot of people give it credit.
If Joshua loses, it's going to be next to impossible for him to come back from this. If the defeat to Fury is really bad, it's possible that Joshua could choose to hang up his gloves. Both men were champions at the same time for a long time, but they never collided.
We don't forget, we signed to fight Tyson Fury. They pulled out of the fight because of the arbitration with Wilder.
Anthony is 6 feet 6 inches tall, and it's time to start boxing like it. There is still time to develop a jab that is worthy of his elite physique and status as a top heavyweight. A reliable right hand to back up a top-class jab would surely add to current Joshua offering. If Joshua could find a way to win, then it would elevate his standing and legacy immeasurably.
Anthony Joshua, you've got nothing to lose here. You know, you beat Tyson Fury and you're a world champion again.
But Fury is not only undefeated, he is bested Deontay Wilder 2 out of 3 times.
He was the biggest puncher in history, and then I knocked him out. So I'm the biggest puncher, I'm the toughest puncher.
Joshua, however, is clearly determined.
This is his ego and his brain telling him, you are still a champion. You can still fight and think like a champion. You can do this.
Joshua certainly has power, after all, as well as incredible drive.
Anthony has great speed, great power, so I think he'll land more on Fury than he was able to on Usyk.
A December 3rd matchup with Fury would in and of itself be one of the year's bigger surprises.